guys, we are getting ready to head over to the airport and we're going to Scotland. See you there.
We had a long travel day ahead of us. The flight from Dublin to Edinburgh was pretty short, roughly about 1 hour, but our flight was delayed about an hour. Anyway, we made it on time to catch our bus all the way to the other side of the Scottish coast, Inverness. It was a beautiful sunny day. We got out and we walked to our Airbnb. Inverness appeared to be very much like a fairy tale. We went to Castle Pub and got some dinner. I had some extremely cheesy mac and cheese, and Chris had some fish and chips. The rest of the day, we sat outside enjoying the weather and a nice beer. Day 2, we really stayed in and studied for our next big hike, but we decided to take advantage of the beautiful weather and went on an afternoon walk. We walked along the River Ness and found a place where the sailboats enter from the North Sea. I was seriously amazed by the beauty. We walked through some forests and fields, but before long it started raining, so we hurried back into town and did a little shopping and got some lunch in Victoria Market.
First thing, next day we took our luggage that wouldn't come with us on our hike and went to the outdoor store nearby to pick up some last essentials. We decided to go into town and try some popular donuts, then walked over to a restaurant called MacGregor's and got a little taste of Scotland, and I got an espresso martini made with Scottish whiskey. The place was yummy, but it was a little pricey. Then we went back to Victoria Market and stumbled across a place called Playback and got some drinks there, and then ended at a traditional Scottish place called An Simar, where we watched a kilt-wearing demonstration and listened to some folk music accompanied by sticky toffee and ice cream. We ran to the bus station next morning to get a bus from Inverness to an island off the coast of Scotland called the Isle of Skye. We stopped in the city of Portree and took a taxi to Kilmalug, where we started the Skye Trail. The trail typically takes between 4 and 6 days, and it was very weather dependent. The first day, it was very windy and cold. We hiked about 5 miles through majestic Scottish farmland. We had to climb over some steps to avoid the fences for the animals. We passed the bothy, which was closed, but sometimes hikers camp out in there and for some shelter and ocean views. The views, the animals, and the green fields were my absolute favorite part. Since the weather was expected to worsen, we got an Airbnb just a mile or so off the trail, and when we got there, our host Glenn met us and introduced us to the most adorable magical cabin I've ever witnessed. We got to get our gear together and get some rest, but also enjoy this little cabin. I loved everything about it. Day 2 on the trail, we completed another 5 miles. This day was full of insane ocean views from the seaside cliffs, but we couldn't catch a break from the wind. We hiked to a hotel just off the trail called the Floodagary Hotel, and we made it up the trail just in time before it started to rain. We got some amazing lunch here and a warm cup of coffee. We shared a Scottish egg, which is a boiled egg with deep fried haggis, and our room was small, but it was cute, and we rested there for the next day. Day 3, we got on the trail early, with the weather looking to be clear. I was excited because just 2 hours on, the weather was amazing, and I was completely speechless with the views and the nature. I couldn't believe we got to witness this amazing masterpiece of the world. Now, here you see us hiking really high up, and that huge cloud overhead is where it all went downhill.
Hey guys, I just wanted to insert this little video in because we decided that we are not going to continue the Skye Trail. When we got up to the ridge, the weather took a turn for the worst. We ended up in really high winds, rain, very low visibility. We were hiking for probably over 12 hours. We hiked 20 plus miles and we couldn't find a place to camp on the ridge due to the wind. So we had to keep pushing all the way. So we did the whole ridge within a day, which people don't usually recommend. It was raining too hard and the wind was too strong, so I put my camera away. But yeah, we decided it would be safest if we rested, and we did not continue. Although we did do the hardest part, and in total we did about 30 miles of the Skye Trail, and I think it's about 79 or 80 in total, so we did a good amount of it. Yeah, all of our gear got soaked, and we really just felt like we needed to go shower, recuperate, get some good food, because we did a lot that day. So
here's our route via all trails. As you can see, we were up on this unforgiving ridge for 8 hours plus, going up and down with little visibility, and the wind was just excruciating. This is a PSA for anyone planning the Skye Trail, especially the Trotnish Ridge. If you see any type of clouds or fog or bad weather, just turn around or wait it out, because the wind is too strong. We got off trail multiple times, adding hours onto our day. It was very difficult to keep on track, even with a digital map, because of the rain. I feel like when we were doing our research, we only saw videos in good weather, and it's much more challenging and unpleasant to do in bad weather. So just be very wary. Even our weather app told us the weather would be okay, but as we increase in elevation, the weather was horrendous. It completely changed. Please reconsider doing the ridge or just wait it out. Personally, I would not attempt again, even in good weather, because it's just too unpredictable, and it's just a bit too unsafe for my liking. I'm sure in clear conditions it's beautiful, but for me it's just not worth it. The weather was bad. Even when we got off the ridge, we couldn't set up our tent because it kept blowing away, and it was too late to call a taxi, and there was no buses coming until the morning. So we just took our sleeping bags out and hunkered down in this little bike shed. And the morning we took the bus back to the city and we just rested. And that pretty much summed up our time in the Scottish Highlands. Thanks, guys. Bye.